back to my YouTube channel. I am Tejal Chopra, an online business strategist and marketing consultant, and I want to wish you a very happy, beautiful new year that has just begun. I hope you had a kick-ass start to it. And I'm not just saying welcome back to you right here, I'm also saying welcome back to me, as last year I truly wanted to come back to YouTube and be consistent with it. Could not happen. It's all right. It's in my plan for this year now. I'm not just hoping for it, but I have a plan for it to happen. But that said, I don't regret, because I have made a lot of advancements in different arenas of my business, which have worked amazingly well for me in the last year as well. So YouTube is just one part of it, which I intend to follow up on this year. And just as I was thinking of, what I want my first video on the channel, back to the channel video to be, I just went through a video that I had recorded back when I restarted my channel last year. So that's a video that I recorded 10 months ago. And I actually went through it, and I feel the exact same feels with respect to everything I want to do on this channel. Not have it be a documented version of a professional life, but more so sharing the actual behind the scenes of what works, what doesn't work. Anyway, I'm not going to go into that right here. If you want to know what this channel is going to be about more of from now, I'll just link that video for you right here in the description of this one, and you can watch it, because I 100% still align with everything I said in that video, and I want to do all of that here on this channel. That said, this video is primarily going to be me documenting how last year went, how every bit of pivot I have made, how it came together and made sense in 2023, and essentially how this first week of this new year has been. So come on this journey with me as I'll share these epic things with you. So long story short, as some of you might be knowing, that I got married in 2022, and I took a small break for it from my content creation, and essentially some parts of my business like client servicing was still handled, but other things I had taken a break from. And especially one of the major things about that break was not doing any content, and that actually led me to start last year 2023 in the pool of trying to struggle with coming back on content again, because even no matter how small the break is, mine was still a bigger one. No matter how small a break is, it takes away the momentum from you. So to get back to that journey of creating content all across, where everywhere else you were doing it, kind of gets difficult. So the first 2-3 months I was actually coming there and not being able to get there, and I struggled to be consistent with it, but I kept on going, kept on pushing through to ensure that it happens. I also got a team to help me with it so that I'm able to be more consistent with it. And ever since, I would say, March, we've been pretty much in the game, but something was not striking with what we were doing with respect to our content, and this I realized in May, that things needed to change. Because even though I'm not a follower person, like my goals are not based on how many followers I have, but that said, growing that number with ideal audiences is important to like consistently scale a business. So I wanted to really figure it out, not just for myself, but also my clients, my students. And that's the reason we began experimenting a lot with our content in May. And with just less than a month of experimentation, we were able to figure out a lot of stuff, such that starting June till right now, like last month, December, we've actually seen a crazy rise all across our metrics. And within 45 days of starting this change in June, we actually grew by 15,000 followers. So we went from 30 to 45k pretty quickly. And after that also, we've had bouts of growth here and there. But most importantly, the changes that we made to our content led to changes in our leads and our sales, which is something I'm really proud of. And I'm not going to go deeper into content, reels, everything right here, because this is more of a reflection and a catch up. But if you want me to share more on whether that's growth of ideal followers or it's reels going viral, we had our reels go 2 million, 1 million, 100,000, 300,000, 700,000 views. And yeah, our averages have also gone up with that. And we've connected the reels with our sales bit as well, such that it impacts the cash flow to our account. So if you want more on that, you can definitely drop comments, drop questions related to the same. I'd be happy to address them in upcoming videos. So yeah, that's how we actually experimented with last year. One was the content front, and the other with respect to the business front was me actually redefining what I wanted to do. So I changed my goals a lot. I am now focused more on building a life first business. I have done lots and lots of hustle ever since I began my freelancing career as a social media marketer. And although I'm all for it, the way in which I wanted my business to grow, let's say for the next 5 years, was now different. Since the goal was different, the approach and the methodology to get there had to change as well, which started me to experiment with some other stuff starting again June, July, and the last 6 months and hundreds of experiments later, we've actually figured out that part also, which I call is utilizing digital products, low ticket digital products to scale revenues. This is something that was not one of my main income streams. It's a passive add-on income stream, but it has liberated me a lot, so much so that I decided I want to help others do it as well. And that's another line of business that I'm working on, I'm developing, which is to help other people create their own passive income streams with digital products, no matter what their passions or interests are. And we do that using paid and free products. But for not getting the clarity for so long, the last year has actually given me all that I needed in terms of knowing where I want to go. And yes, there are hundreds of ways of getting there, but at least I know my goal and somewhat of a clear direction. Although I totally believe in the fact that businesses change all the time, and hence your direction also changes. So I'm not saying I've set this year's plan in stone. I never do that, because I've seen that everything kind of is very fluid. So all I do when I sit to do any vision boarding or goal setting for the next year, it's primarily about the big picture, not the minute plan of how I'm going to get to every single step. That sort of planning, a more in-depth planning I do for the next month, for the next quarter. But overall for the year, I go big picture, and that's what I've done for this year as well. Last year has given me a lot of insight, and that all of that is baked into my goal and my plan for this year. And you know what? For the first time in December this year, that is the year that just went by, I exactly knew what I wanted to do. So I took a sort of a mini break wherein I was not doing external calls or anything like that, but I was still working. I never really took a holiday at that time as well. I was working on things I knew I wanted to do, which were a part of the plan that I had. And I'm happy to tell you that that has been working well for me. Otherwise, every year in December, I would have a major, I would not say crisis, but a major question mark as to where am I going, and is it truly where I want to go or not. Contrary to all of that, this year I actually knew where I was going. So even though I took it slow for a couple of days and I completely switched off from clients and everything like that, I still got sales. I still worked on other things, and I still worked on hitting some goals of mine. And I'm very happy I did all of that along with the reflections for this year. So yeah, I had a good 2023. It's there in the books, and I can't wait to go all in for 2024 as well. Again, like I said, without any fixated hyper planned year or hyper planned goals for the year, I'm going to take it as it comes. I know what is my overall vision is to build a life first business. By life first, I mean that even if I'm not working, my business should not stop. And when I have the chance to prioritize, I can prioritize my life, my family, my friends, my health, my travel, anything that I want. I'm able to prioritize that while my business still impacts hundreds and thousands of people, and I'm able to serve them without directly being there always. So having my goal front and center, I'm going to take this year as it comes. That said, fast forward to this week. So today is Friday. One full work week of 2024 is almost over. It's around 5:30 p.m. in the evening when I'm recording this. And this week has been pretty productive and amazing, I would say. I've gone into days super slow at times, and then others with a full frenzy on. But that was a self-chosen one, considering I am my own boss, so no one No one gives me instructions like that and puts up deadlines on me, but I love doing it for myself sometimes. Like I told you, not always, I can't function like that, but sometimes I do love doing things randomly at the spur of the moment. A very small example of it is just day before yesterday, I created a free training for my students and I recorded it around 8 9 p.m. in the evening. And I don't know out of where, but I gave myself this goal that I want to get this out there, published, recorded, edited, everything out there in the world the next day, which was yesterday. And like I said, no one is my boss, so this was a deadline given to me by me. I worked through the entire night till 5:30 in the morning to edit things up, to set up the funnel, to do other mumble jumble that's associated with making it live. And I was excitedly working on it. Like there was a time when I used to work nights all the time because my clients were outside India and that was my schedule. But now for more than 1.5 years, I haven't worked through the nights. So this was me just wanting to do something and I did it. I was not exhausted. I was fully awake when I was working through things and I loved releasing it yesterday. And you know what? The first 2 hours of making this live, not even me sharing it to my email, not even me sharing it on my stories, just one reel went up with respect to the training, and we had 100 people in watching it within the first 2 hours itself. So that was crazy. It is being loved by people, and it's also making sales for us at the back end. So that's another win associated with it. But that said, my major win here is that I set a goal for myself and I did it. And no matter how crazy it went, no matter how it ended up me sleeping for just 3.5 hours, it's okay some days. That's not how I want to live the rest of my life, like every single day. But some days I truly get the joy in doing such things for myself and my business. And that's how this week has went by on a spur. Yesterday I just released that training post that I did not work. I was out to get my nails done. I had an appointment after 2 months of not getting them done. So I went out, I grabbed lunch, I got my appointment, I shopped a little bit for my home. I needed some things, so I just did that all day, came back at 8 p.m., had a good hearty dinner, and then just slept off. I was actually sitting and snoozing by dinner time last night because I had not slept the night before. And today has been pretty much about me recording some speaking reels. So I've recorded 3 reels. I'm recording this heart-to-heart video that I thought I will have in a more produced fashion, but then it just struck me that's not what I want to do here. So I just sat, switched on the button and started recording. After this, I'm going to record a few video lessons for my passive income kit, which is a product that I sell. And yeah, that's pretty much going to be my Friday. I'm going to work on Saturday and Sunday also a little bit here and there, but mostly taking it slow like I'm doing right now, as you can see. And that's how the first week of this year has been, and I cannot wait to share more with you in upcoming videos. Not all of it is going to be reflection and documentation. I would love to share anything you'd like to ask me. So if you have any questions about anything specific about my journey, about what I did last year, about Instagram content, stories, reels, lead magnets, funnels, online marketing, digital products, passive income, whatnot. So there's no limit right here. If you have any questions, drop them below. If you have any ideas or any topics you'd like for me to create videos on, by all means, feel free to drop it here. I would love to come here and document also, and I'll be doing it in the next video as well. Including things that work for us and including things that did not work for us or do not work for us, and how are we approaching different strategies with respect to content, with respect to our business, with respect to scale when it comes to this year. So I'd be happy to share those things as well as we go. And yeah, that said, I would love to see you in the next video. This was nice. I just wanted to catch up, and I felt that this hit the bell of what I wanted to say and share with you all. So very happy new year once again. I hope you have an amazing year to come that fulfills each and every one of your desires and takes you closer to your dreams. A very happy 2024 from me and my cup of water. Actually, I'm not even sipping coffee, this is water. And this mug I bought yesterday, and I've been obsessed with it. I am totally loving it, so I'm drinking everything in here itself for at least a couple of days. That's who I am, if by the way you don't know how fanatic I am about mugs and my mug collection. So that said, I would see you around in the next video. Take care.